of good places, and he can make a lot of tough throws. So I think it starts with him, and then, I think they have a good stable of running backs in the back end, and then the receiving corps is a pretty good. Just getting to watch them more and more over the last 24 hours. Like, they do a lot of good things. They run good routes. They're bigger. They're athletic, and then and they have a tight end that transferred from Oregon State as well. That seems to be like the kind of like the comfort for the quarterback. Like, he's got a lot of targets. He's got a lot of catches, and they obviously have a rapport with each other from the previous stop. So. There's a lot of stuff that they like to do. They'll move the pocket. They're going to max pro, throw it, try to take their shots deep, and keep the guy off the ground by doing so. So it's going to be a fun challenge, and I think our guys are excited for it.
What are you looking for from your defense these last 2 weeks?
I just think like we always do. Like, what did we do last week? What did we not do well? And then we got to get better, right? So, as I go forward this week, Like I tell these guys every year, no matter how good a season you're having, there's only 12 guaranteed games, so let's go play, right? And let's go have some fun and enjoy each other's company and go be physical and put out on film what you want to put out there, right? So, I'm expecting these guys to continuously to improve, to play hard, and to keep fighting no matter what.
Kevin, there were a lot of, plays that were untouched touchdowns, and one play where the receiver's wide open by 20 yards the other day. Does it feel like every time you fix something, a new mistake seems to find itself the next week?
Yeah, it's you look at that game right there, and in the second half, it's just like, all right, what happened, right? So we have an instance of a wide receiver's open. Our one of our deep guys saw somebody open, he jumped the under, and didn't know he had a guy behind him. So it's like, all right. Like what do you do? And you just got to keep coaching these kids, man. You got it's nothing done intentional, obviously, and you feel like, all right, these guys are gonna, one of them was a communication issue you got to fix, and obviously there was a bust in coverage, so like, all right, what was the problem? What was the issue? And like, we just got to continue to address it and get it done, so. You give every tool you can to your guys, hoping they do things right, and they got to make the plays at the right time. And as coaches, we got to keep preparing them every snap, not just every day, every snap. And on the sideline, keep coaching them every play, and just realize that these are still young men. They're going to have mistakes, and we got to eliminate as many as possible.
Kind of in that regard, do you have to kind of learn patience as a coach, especially when you play so many young guys that they're going to make mistakes and you have to let them play through them, or they're never going to get better and learn from them?
Yeah, that's why I'm 40 and I got this beautiful gray hair, right? No, but it is part of it, right? Like nobody's perfect, right? Like the kids are going to make mistakes, especially young guys. They're going to get out there and Hidori Hines is a young guy out there, and he plays extremely hard, made a great play, but there's also stuff for, oh man, like hold on to your breath, right? Because it's. And like, how can we help those guys eliminate mistakes by putting them in the right calls and playing things that they know what they can do, right? And that's where, as a play caller, I've got to continue to learn. All right, who's in the game at this point in time, and all right, let's put them in these calls to let them have success, right? Because that's what they got to experience, And that's where, like I look back at Hidori, right? A perfect example. He comes in and makes a great play on a screenplay because he had great familiarity with that call, right? And so that's what we got to continue to do is make this thing as complicated for the offense but simple for the defense, where our young guys can go out there and execute and play at a high level.
I feel like a lot we've seen this year, Dylan kind of orchestrating the defense, putting guys in better positions or directing them to be in different positions. Can you just speak to his understanding of the defense and how he's grown as a leader in that regard?
Yeah, I think like Dylan's an unbelievable. He's an unbelievable talent, and let alone obviously like the person that he is as well, right? So you look at what he's been able to do. Like Dylan has gotten better every week this year, whether it was correcting his tackling, his angles of tackling, how he defends the deep ball. Every week you've seen Dylan make improvements because of how he prepares, right? And because of how he's prepared, now he's a veteran, right? Like he's only a true sophomore, but he's a vet. And he understands what our system is and how it needs to be implemented, right? So he's out there with a lot of young guys, right? And I think every week it's been a different kind of rotation as far as the secondary because of whether it's injuries or what have you, and getting guys to be lined up and doing a great, like he's unbelievable. He's a coach on the field for us. You know, he's a great leader for this team, not just the defense, but this team. You know, and you know, he may not be the most vocal guy at times, but when it comes down to getting people lined up and doing things the right way, he's out there getting people aligned, and there's nobody more I appreciate than Dylan Thiemann.
More questions for Coach Kane? All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, guys.